The following presentation is intended for mature audiences only and contains elements that are not suitable for some audience members. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Welcome to Petty Details. I am Meg. We have Cam and Monica here. I don't think I ever introduced myself, do I? I'm just like, here's Cam
No,
and
not
Monica.
usually. I think
And
maybe once or twice.
y'all know me.
Right. You're not just
That's
Meg,
Meg.
you're the Meg.
The Meg.
I just realized
The
that. How many episodes have we done? And yeah,
At least a couple.
good gravy.
If
All right.
if Meg did is it WWE? Your walkout music would be the Jaws. Donna.
It would.
Donna. That's what
Done.
Mm-hmm.
would be
Yep.
perfect.
It would. All right, so please subscribe.
Or wherever that button is.
Yep. So you don't miss anything. Please leave us comments. We love to hear your comments. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and also
Feedback, suggestions,
yeah,
ideas. Bring it on.
exactly. But today we're gonna talk about something that Cam knows about, hopefully. Uh, Um,
Finally.
we are gonna talk about one of the fathers of computer science,
Ooh,
Alan
okay.
Turing.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you might know some of the stuff from the Imitation Game movie. I've never seen it, so I
Me
won't
neither.
know.
I
Have
learned
you
about
seen
him
saw
it?
it.
in college.
Oh,
I was gonna say I
nice.
saw it once, but it's been
Yeah.
a long time.
Okay, well, I haven't, we can't recommend it, but maybe good.
I
Anyway,
don't
Yeah.
remember it well enough.
but I know for sure that we've got more petty details than the movie does because that's what we
Oh,
do.
good.
Oh,
Because yep,
it's all
that's the trade we're
zeros and
in.
ones from here.
That's right. All right. So Alan was born June of 1912 in England, and
Ooh,
we
Awesome.
already have our first petty detail.
ding, ding, ding.
So
He,
soon.
yeah, he was an uncle to the 12th Baronet of Foreign, in the country of Aberdeen.
Okay.
Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds like some oh, what's that show called? Bridgerton crap?
Yep.
Yeah, for
Oh
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
All the
Uh,
titles and yep.
yeah. We have
Mm-hmm.
another petty detail here. His
Oh
birth,
my gosh, a double feature.
a double feature, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
his birth home has been turned into the Colonnade Hotel if you want to go and visit, and it actually looks like a pretty cool place.
Oh,
The
nice.
entire town?
No, just
Oh no,
his
the
house.
birthplace.
Yeah,
As
just
in
his
like the
house.
house. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got turned into a hotel. Huh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So, his father was with the Indian Civil Service, and so his parents traveled
Okay.
to India often. But that means
Mm,
that him and his brother were mostly left behind.
mm.
And then he was sent off to boarding school where he was described as, quote, Alan is a genius already.
Wow.
Nice.
And
Well, that's good.
yeah, one of the schools even wrote his parents saying, quote, if he is to be solely a scientific specialist, he's wasting his time at public school.
Okay,
Oh
wow.
my God.
They're
Well,
like,
that's
he's
great.
too cool for this. Like, send him
Yeah,
Right.
somewhere else.
go send him to some specialized school because
Uh,
this kid's a genius.
yeah.
Too cool for school.
Be too cool
Yeah.
for school, yeah. And he continued to waste time at public school until he went to King's College of Cambridge and Princeton. And
Oh
he
my gosh.
went all the way to earning a PhD in mathematical logic.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Knowledge is power.
He had a
It
lot
That
of it,
sounded
is.
cringe.
so
Don't. Knowledge is power sounds like something you get off of like a fortune cookie or some shit. I don't know where I
it's
pulled
one
that
of those
from.
motivational posters you see in a counselor's
It
It
office,
is.
must
but
be,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
With the
It's
cat
got my
hanging
face
or
on it.
something, yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Hang in there.
All
Hang in there,
right.
yes.
So, after school, he starts studying this problem.
Mm.
and it's called something in German that I won't even try to pronounce. But basically, it's that there is a way to prove which mathematical statements can be proven with a decision method. So, like,
Okay.
Okay.
is
Yes.
there a guaranteed way to always decide if a statement is true or false?
Right.
Okay.
That's as dumbed down as I can
Logic.
make it.
It's yeah. It's a logic problem, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So another
Yeah.
petty detail here, human clerks who could solve math problems without thinking were called computers in Turing's time.
No way. Okay, that's cool. I didn't
Interesting.
know that.
Because they were
Petty detail.
computing in their head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Huh.
Whoa. So my computer? That's
I don't
crazy.
know. How well can you do math?
Like really good.
Oh, okay, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to spoil something for you because we're doing an episode on this at some point. Me and a guy at work took an IQ test.
Oh no.
I couldn't do the math. I couldn't do the math anymore. I was really good at like the English stuff.
Right.
I think
See, and
every single
I
math
think that's
problem I
very
failed.
it's very interesting
Yikes.
because like I'm not good at English or grammar and stuff like that. So like, all right, I'm not a big fan of like in school, I wasn't a fan of history. I like what we do. This history is cool. But
Right.
like history like that I was learning in school, I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. I was like a math and science type of nerd.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how some people kind of lean kind of one way or the
Yeah.
other.
Well,
Hmm.
the other
It's
thing
it's
is
cool.
that you only have, I think, 12 minutes or something on the test that we took to do like 60 questions,
Oh,
and you have to do it by hand. You don't have a
Oh,
calculator.
oh
dang.
God.
So I'm trying to remember how to do
Oh.
like long division and stuff, and it was
Oh,
not
good
happening.
Lord. No.
No,
You were like, don't, it doesn't compute. No.
no, no. I am not a computer. I will tell you that right now.
You're like, this is not working.
Not working. Okay, so
Meg's an abacus.
that's exactly. I can add and subtract, and that's about
Yep.
it. All right, so back to Alan. He sets out to see basically if he can build a machine that solves any
Mm.
math questions by thinking like a super calculator.
Okay.
This
Well,
is so
the
cool.
the
I'm
answer
nerding out
is
on the inside.
no. There are some math problems that are too tricky for any robot to solve, but this helped him
Hmm.
understand what computers can and can't do.
Right.
Okay. Makes
And
sense.
all of this leads him to create the Turing machine in 1936.
Hmm.
And this is
Hmm.
basically a super simple robot that can do math and follow instructions one step at a time. But this became the basis for all the following digital computers.
That's so cool.
Hmm.
It's awesome.
And yeah, our phones are more powerful than that was. Our phones are more
Yeah.
powerful than the stuff that went to the moon
Yeah.
But
on the
we
Apollo
wouldn't
missions.
we wouldn't have our phones without those
Nope.
Oh,
computers,
for sure.
basically. So it's
Yeah.
like you can't even
Between
imagine
no, between him and Lynn
that new
Conway,
technology.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, so then in 1938, he goes on to join the Government Code and Cipher School, which was a British code
Hmm.
breaking organization. And in 1939, he moves to the school's headquarters. And here he starts to
Cryptographer.
study Germany's Enigma machine, which has a secret code machine. It was like a secret code machine that was used to hide their messages from other countries. This
Right.
is where
Yep.
you enter in the imitation game movie plot.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm not going to get deep into this, but basically, another team had come up with a code breaking machine, but it was based
Right.
off of a German procedure that could change.
Oh,
And that
okay.
Mm.
procedure did change in 1940, making that machine useless.
Wow.
Oh.
Right. So
Okay.
Turing designed a better machine called, I think it's called Bombay.
Okay.
That it's Bombe. So it could be,
Oh,
I don't know.
bomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Bombay. That's what we're going with. And that guessed a bunch of different settings super fast to break the code.
Yeah.
And
That's
it, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's amazing. Like,
It is amazing. Yeah, it's crazy. It would guess a setting from Enigma it would test it, and if it didn't work, it would move on to the next until it broke the code.
So
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Bro's doing
Um,
early AI over here.
Seriously.
it's crazy. So, Bombay was the first of five decrypting advances made during World War II by Turing.
Jeez.
Wow, just by him. That's awesome.
Just by him, yeah. And his code breaking contributions were so important that some of his papers took 70 years to be declassified.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
They were like, hide that.
Yeah.
you think about the period of time that World War II was, it was not a very long period of time in the grand scheme of
Right.
things.
Nope.
And to have five, just from him, five
Hmm.
basically upgrades,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that knowledge, they were holding tight to it.
Oh, yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's impressive as hell.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of an odd dude. Um,
Shocker.
yeah. And he would do things like count his bike pedal rotations, get off and readjust the
Oh.
chain instead of just getting it fixed.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That is odd.
Yeah, he would also chain his mug to the radiators so it wouldn't get stolen in the office.
Hey.
We've all been there. We
Yeah.
all have
Yeah.
that pen or something that we put our
People
names on.
take crap.
Oh, yeah.
And he would wear a gas mask during allergy season to keep the pollen off, which I sometimes am all about. I'm like,
I
that's
was
a
gonna
really
Right.
good
say,
idea.
I mean,
there's
if you
probably a
don't,
lot of people that would want to do that same
Right?
thing.
he doesn't have Claritin back then, so I mean, he
No.
had to do
Nope.
something.
Yeah,
Allergies are allergies.
for real. All right, so petty detail here. He was a runner.
Whoa.
Okay.
And his best marathon time was 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 3 seconds, which was
Dang.
only 11 minutes slower than the 1948 Olympic winner.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dude,
This is
that's
why he's
crazy.
counting his pedal rotations because
No,
he's gonna
literally.
optimize that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even won a cross country race in 1948 against the Olympic silver medalist marathon runner.
Wow.
Jeez.
So when
That's
I say he
insane.
was a runner, he was actually like a runner.
A
Right.
legit runner,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's not just jogging for fun kind of
Right.
thing. Like, yeah. All right, so Turing's code cracking efforts are said to have shortened the war by 2 years.
Whoa.
Really?
Mhm.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
Yeah, but that is not all this guy did. That's just the stuff that he did that they
During the war.
during the war. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Um, well, sort of. In
Yeah.
1945, he starts designing the ACE, which is the automatic computer or computing engine.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
in 1946, he wrote a paper which detailed the design of a stored program computer. But because his code breaking work was so secret, he wasn't able to explain his work.
Damn.
Oh, because it
Yeah.
was all still so classified.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he got mad and left, and the Pilot Ace machine was built without him.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dang.
Yeah. And the full Ace wasn't built until after he died.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Okay.
Hmm. So
Wow.
that sucks that he was so smart. His stuff got classified.
Oh, right.
Right.
So in 1948, he went to the University of Manchester, where he worked in the math department.
Hmm.
He then became the deputy director of the computing machine lab.
That's
And
awesome.
he also wrote the first version of the programmer's manual.
Oh,
Wow.
I bet you those go for a high dollar. I guarantee.
Oh
Like if
my
I go to
God,
try to look it up, are you kidding
Oh,
me?
millions.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll
Easily.
never find a, yeah.
Yeah. And he was then recruited as a consultant on the first commercialized machine.
Nice.
And as you were saying earlier, even way back in 1950, he got into theorizing about AI.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So he invented this thing called the Turing test, which is like a game to see if a computer can think and talk like a person. And if the computer is so good at answering that you can't tell if it's a robot, then it passed the Turing test.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love the
Meanwhile,
look
I'm
on.
throwing stuff in the chat GPT and it's just like, I guess you could do this or that. And I'm like, okay, well,
I put something in there the other day. It's like, I can't help you. I'm like, are you, what?
what?
Why
Like,
not?
what do you mean? And then it comes up with the little thing. It's like, do you like this personality? I'm like, no, he's stupid. What do you want me to
Right?
do?
Yeah,
But
no.
I heard you have to like feed it. You have to feed, like, tell it what it is, and then go about doing your stuff.
I don't want to tell it what it is. Isn't that why I need AI?
I
Right.
get, but like, you got to be like, you're a math teacher with 20 years experience. I'm like, I shouldn't have to tell it to do that.
Okay, but what
Like, if
made
I'm
me
asking a math
mad,
question, you
right.
got to know.
Right.
But what made me mad about it is I was describing a picture that I wanted them to make and they wouldn't make it. They're
Oh,
like, I can't
yeah,
help you with that. And I'm like,
I
Weird.
kept asking it to like do different things, and it would just give me an altered version of the one it already gave me. It didn't really do what I wanted it, and I was
yeah,
like, okay, maybe there. I mean, obviously there's limitations to it, but I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, it's whatever.
yeah. All right. So anyway, he was probably he would have been better at that than anybody
Yeah,
alive.
Monica, what were you saying before?
I just the look on your face through this whole episode, you're just
Oh,
like so enraptured. You're just like
yes.
fanboying, and
Continue.
I love it.
Continue.
Uh, all right. So then about 1951, he gets into chemical interactions in the body called
Whoa.
mathematical biology.
Dude,
Whoa. Okay.
I need to look that up.
Yeah.
That sounds
So
Right.
cool.
he and this is so cool because I actually saw something about this on one of the science shows that I was watching in the middle of the night. Um, but he wanted to know how living things get their shapes and patterns.
Okay, yes, that is
Yeah.
the thing. We learned about that. So it's a mathematical, science, and art, which are my top three favorite
Oh.
subjects. But we learned about it in art about the way how nature is also structured mathematically
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
itself.
Yeah.
Um and like colors and stuff mean certain things biologically. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's all connected. It's really cool. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. No, it is
Highly
cool.
recommend to look into it if you need to.
Yes.
But
And there
yeah.
is
It's
a show
super
out there that
fascinating.
obviously explains it so that I understood it. So there you go. Okay, so but he thought that chemicals could spread and react to each other to create patterns.
Okay.
It wasn't until 2023 that
Oh my God.
yeah, that his mathematical model hypothesis was confirmed by the American
What?
Physical Society.
Whoa.
2023?
Yeah,
Can you send me the source that you found this from, if you still have it, so I can read
probably.
up on it? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, I
He's
appreciate that.
fascinated. He's like,
Yeah,
yes.
I need to actually, yeah, I was like,
Uh,
I need to look into this.
okay, yeah, I'll see what I can find. Okay.
Thank you.
So petty detail. This one actually kind of cracked me up. Um, he was afraid the Nazis would get his savings.
Valid.
Monica, you're gonna love this one.
Oh gosh.
So he bought silver bars with the money and buried them.
Oh no.
But that's not all because he wrote a cipher as a treasure map to find the bars later.
Yes, he did.
Oh
Of
my
course
God,
he did.
yes.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
But by the time he went back, the landmarks had changed.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And there was also a rumor that he couldn't break his own cipher.
He
Oh,
was so good at his job, he kept himself away from his own silver.
Yeah. So he
yep.
hunted it for years and he never found it.
Oh shit.
That's crazy. I'd be pissed.
Oh, that's
Right?
tragic, but yet hilarious.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about some of the weirdness surrounding his death on June 8th, 1954.
Okay.
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 So he is found by his housekeeper. He was discovered, quote, lying neatly in his bed with a half-eaten apple on the bedside table. His autopsy report showed 4 ounces of fluid that smelled like almonds, which is an indication of cyanide.
Yeah.
Cyanide. Whoa.
Yeah, so his death was ruled suicide by cyanide.
Well, it's
Whoa.
crazy because okay, petty detail. Don't know if this is one of your petty details, and I'm sorry if I'm stealing it. The seeds of apples have a small, very minute, so it's like safe to ingest, very minute amount of cyanide inside of the seed. So like if
Mhm.
you ate like a
Yeah.
million seeds, you'd die of cyanide poisoning, but
I was
not
gonna
from
say
one apple.
you'd have to
Yeah.
eat
Right.
some serious
Was that one of your
amount of
petty details? Do you look like I just stole it?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we're going to talk about some
totally stole her thunder.
theories about his death. No, not all of my thunder, so it's fine.
Okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, so
Random Apple facts. My bad.
so there's some theories about his death because not everybody thinks it's suicide.
Hmm.
So the coroner thought that the cyanide was in the apple, not necessarily just the seeds, but the whole apple.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like injected into the
Yeah,
apple?
Whoa.
Ooh, okay.
but the apple is never tested.
Oh, and
Huh.
they just probably threw it, huh?
Okay.
Some
Um,
guy was like, "Ugh, apple, half
Right.
eaten."
yeah,
Gross.
and it could just be that they're like, we're just gonna rule it as suicide
Right.
and we're gonna get rid of the evidence kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
um, but one of his favorite movies was Snow White, so it was a theory that he was reenacting that.
Okay.
Oh, did
That's
anyone
what I
try
was
kissing
gonna.
him?
Well, that's what I was gonna
No.
ask.
Oh, see?
The
That's what I
housekeeper
was
did
gonna
not try and
ask
kiss
because I
him.
was like 19. What did you say? 1954?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Snow White came out
Mhm.
not that long.
30s,
The
yeah.
movie, the
Yeah.
animated movie came out not
Hmm.
long before that, and the story's been
Hmm.
around forever. So,
Yeah.
Right.
interesting. Interesting.
Okay, but there was also equipment in his quote small room, which is interesting,
Okay.
that was used to electroplate gold onto spoons.
Oh,
Okay.
a
And
hobby?
All right.
yeah.
Right.
And cyanide is used to dissolve gold.
Oh.
Yeah. So some
Hmm.
say he accidentally breathed in the cyanide. Another theory is that he set up the equipment so that his mom wouldn't think it was suicide.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he
But
dropped
if
the
he was,
apple in the cyanide.
yeah.
Like, oh, yum.
Yeah.
Oops. Well, and I
So
was gonna say, I mean, if he was laying neatly in his bed,
Right.
is
That would
that
lead.
inhale? Like, would you be able to do that if you inhale the cyanide? I don't
I
know.
also think it's kind of weird that I'm sure he probably had this equipment in his room for a while. Like
Well,
I
also,
Yeah.
if you're poisoned, don't you like if you ingest poison, don't you like spit up white like foamy?
I
I
don't
think it
know.
depends on the
Okay.
poison.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that. So here are some theories against suicide. Um, and one of them was that he made no effort to get his affairs in order,
Mm,
and he was
Okay.
said to be in a good mental state.
Okay.
okay.
So, like, he didn't
Right.
try to do anything, and apparently everybody was like, no, he was
He's
planning
chill.
ahead, like he was
He
fine.
was
Yeah.
happy and he was
Right.
good. Yeah.
How
Mm,
old was he?
42.
42. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
kind of
man.
that's yeah. Oh,
Mhm. Um, there's also a weird story about how he went to the shore with friends and decided to see a fortune teller, and he came back looking pale, shaken, and horror stricken. Those
oh
are
God.
quotes.
Okay.
But nobody knows if this actually happened or what the fortune teller said.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
did he tell anybody what what he was
No,
Right.
told?
no.
And the
Or
fortune
if,
teller's like,
yeah,
"Don't eat apples.
right.
Right.
Yeah. So I
Stay
don't
away from pink
know.
ladies." And he was like,
And
"What?"
right, and we don't even know if this story's true, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just out there. Or he could have been murdered.
Gasp.
But
Scandalous.
right. But people didn't think so because there was no sign of a struggle and he was laying nicely on his bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call BS on that because
Right.
I'm telling you right now, there are organizations out there that can make it look like an accident.
Right.
So
Right.
just
Oh
Right.
saying.
yeah.
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 Imagine. Yeah.
Right. And with all the
Oof.
classified stuff that he knew, come on.
Oh, for real.
Oh, yeah. True.
Just a thought, not a fact.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Cannot be corroborated. It's just
Right.
a theory.
Yeah. So who knows? But he really did do a lot for the world in his short 42 years. So,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he did.
100%. He
yeah.
like
Dang.
launched computer science
Oh
into the
yeah.
Yeah.
like to make it what it is today. Like
Yep. And he
it's
was a
like the basis
badass
of
in many
everything.
ways. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. That is the short
Crazy.
version of Alan
The
Turing's life.
abridged.
Yeah.
The abridged
There
version.
is like so much more detail that you can get into on some of this sciencey stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but we only have so much time.
Right.
And I only have so much knowledge. So
There you go.
there you go. All right. So nothing, Cam? You got nothing
What?
about how great Alan Turing is and how
Oh,
he
I've
like
been said it
changed your
this whole
life?
episode. I literally said it this whole episode. He's like the father of everything.
Yep.
He's computer daddy. That's all
He's
he
And the look
computer
on
daddy. That's
That's
right.
all we
and
have.
the look
That's
on
all we
his
have.
face said it all. The whole episode, he was just enraptured the
Like
whole episode.
I learned new stuff.
There
It
you
was
go.
awesome. I got to contribute my Apple seed fact.
That's right. Yep.
Great.
So there you
I'm
go.
fulfilled in life. I
Remember
don't
the
have
computer daddy.
Yep.
remember the computer daddy.
All
There
right.
you go.
Bye.
Later.
See ya.